Okay. So everyone should have their Chromebooks closed real quick. So I'll shut that thing down. Okay. Jarrett, whenever you're done writing, bud, go ahead and close that. All right. We have our found poetry, which is what we're working on all day today. Okay, so you kind of have like your own work day to get this done. This is due when? Thursday. Okay. If you can bring it by before class, that'd be awesome. So then I can do what I need to do with them because I'm putting them around the room and we're going to have some sort of gallery walk. Okay. So your final found poetry is due in class Thursday. How you present it is totally up to you. What I mean by that is it has to be a physical document. Okay. If you want to do it on construction paper, or I have bigger construction paper, if you want to do it on lined paper or print it out, I don't care. Okay. What you do need to have is your name, and if you don't want people to see it when it's put up around the room, put your name on the back. Got that? So if you don't want people to know this was the poem that you did, put your name on the back of the paper, because I'm going to put it up so no one can see it. Okay? It must be in some sort of print form, like I just said. Remember, it must be representative of a theme that you saw developing through the novel. Okay, so let's pull up the instructions again. So, found poetry, okay, remember, I talked about you're creating a poem, but you're not using your own words.
Doesn't have to rhyme, does it?
Huh?
Doesn't have to
No,
rhyme.
it could rhyme if you wanted it to. It could be free verse. It doesn't have to have a rhythm. Okay? It's you taking pieces from the novel and creating your own poem. Yeah, Corbin.
So it does have to make sense.
It does have to make sense. It does. Because it has to be representative of the theme. So your poem, whether it's ambiguous or whether it's straightforward, it has to discuss some sort of theme that you saw in the novel. Okay? So, really quick, what is one theme that we think that we see developing or that we saw develop in this novel, Cove?
Early, rich lifestyle.
Okay.
Money.
So what is the author saying about money?
That money is power.
That money is power. So the author is saying that money is power, especially in this time period, correct? Okay, Max.
I was just going to say, wealth is more valued than actual like connections.
Okay. So the author is saying that wealth is valued more than actual connections. Okay. Some other stuff that I talked about with students yesterday. A theme here could be that the American dream is unachievable. Because did Gatsby ever get his American dream? No. So, and remember, when you see a theme develop or you see a character do something, in the case where Gatsby is murdered before he can get his American dream, that is the author's perspective. I'm not going to write a book that I don't think is my belief, right? So if I think the 1920s was a period of like epic materialism and no one cared about each other, all right, then that's probably how I feel, correct? Okay. So you could go with that. You could go with, I heard someone say yesterday, the author is saying that materialism has a stronger hold on people than actual feelings, right? Because even though Gatsby and Daisy were supposedly in love, who ended up coming to Gatsby's funeral?
4 people.
Yeah. And was Daisy one of them?
No.
No. And didn't you just hate her when that happened?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was an evil witch. I just hate her, okay?
He's in it for the money.
Yeah. So, your poem... What? I said witch.
I'm not.
If that's what you're questioning. I have it recorded.
What?
I said I have it recorded. What were you going to say, though? Do you have a question about it?
No, I just forgot the end of it and I asked if we should do it.
Oh, no. Who did kill Gatsby, though?
Our own
Huh? Myrtle's husband, okay. And Thursday we're going to really dive into in our... Yeah, George. Thursday we're really going to dive into in our discussion, like, the ending of the book and what the author's saying about the theme in the novel and the time period and everything like that, okay? It's going to be a grand day, I promise.
Do we get to watch the movie and then compare?
Yes, we will. At the end of
The new one.
The new one, please. Do we want to kind of do this together to understand? Corbin, you can totally go start working on this if you want.
I do it together, yeah.
Okay? So let's do one where we can. So let's pick. And remember, this is your rubric. Okay. So I'm looking for poem uses language from the text and clearly conveys the theme. I'm looking for the poem is written logically, Corbin. It needs to make sense. With the form and structure reflecting the content, poem uses many poetic devices to enhance meaning. Okay? So poetic devices, that could be figurative language. So you might choose a piece where he's comparing something. It could be ambiguity. So you might use a line that doesn't make sense and then you'd have to explain it. It might be something else. But that's the... I want to see poetic devices in this. I don't want to see a bunch of random words put together. Grace.
So, are we allowed to put the quotes in and then use our own words? Or can it only
You're not using your own words, but you can find any word in that book. If you need the word and, it's in the book, right?
Do we have to put like each word in quotes?
No. I know it's all from the book, so I don't need you to source it.
So I have to like go to the PDF and like search if I want to use a word.
Yeah, or just look on the page. Like, let's say, because what you're going to do is you're going to compile a list of quotes that you want to use, right? And you've already done that. All right? So now, let's say you kind of changed your mind and need to go find a new quote. All you have to do is look through the page. Because what is your theme that you see that you want to discuss?
I don't know, probably like this sadness and just like overall like
Okay.
just like more and more sadness.
So your poem needs to reflect that sadness. Right? So we'll work together. But let me go through this because then I think you'll see how to do this. Okay? Tone, the poem maintains a clear and effective tone which effectively communicates the writer's attitude towards the subject. Okay? Tone. So how the author feels. You want to portray sadness? Is your poem portraying sadness? Okay? If I can't understand how you feel about this topic, then you don't have a tone. Alright. So let's do, someone give me a theme that they saw in the novel that would be really easy to do. Or one that we discussed. Huh?
Like wealth.
Okay, so what about wealth?
Like that it's more important than actual love.
Okay. So now, with your Gatsby book, all of you, doesn't matter who it is, find me a quote that you'd want to use. And it could be 3 words, it could be 10 words. Okay? Find me something about wealth or love. Go back to your found poetry. Are you eating cookies, really? No, I can't eat it because I'm allergic to gluten, Corbin. You should know that by now.
Frisbee it over here. Oh, really?
Jeez.
Really?
I actually didn't do that. I didn't think I needed to do that. Thank you.
Hit me with a quote.
Wanted me to hit you with cookies?
No, because then...
You'll actually do it. You'll actually do it.
That would not be good. You guys haven't seen me mad yet, so... Just a freshman.
Don't worry, we'll make it happen.
No, wait, we saw you
I
mad.
don't think you will. Did you? I don't know.
Yeah, when the kids were vaping in there, you walked in there.
Oh, I wasn't mad, though.
Wait,
I wasn't mad? I don't
You
remember.
yelled at them.
Oh, yeah. But that's nothing.
You can't not yell.
Second day of school.
This
It was the first day of
First day of
school.
school.
They were vaping, and I went in there and flipped out. I did.
Sophomores.
Yeah.
Still a freshman in my house.
Yeah. They haven't done anything since, so...
Well, you don't
An
know.
angry
You
pregnant
actually-
lady yelled at them.
Oh, I would know.
You don't know.
Well, not in my classroom, at least. Rachel, what do you got?
I married him because I thought he was a gentleman. And she finally said I thought that he knew something about reading, but he wasn't fit to lick my shoe.
Okay. He wasn't fit to lick my shoe.
This is my topic, so hopefully you're
Okay.
right.
I married him. I could delete this, and then the word I is used in the book, correct? I thought he was a gentleman. He wasn't fit to lick my shoe. Do you see how I'm putting this together already?
Yeah.
Okay. So I already have the start. This is my theme. This is the start of my poem.
And then, because they've been living in my garage for over 11 years, Tom's the first sweetie that she's ever had. She really ought to get away from him.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So then you said she wanted to get away from him?
So, like, Myrtle wants to get away from her husband.
Okay. Okay. You could keep going about this, like this really negative tone, right? This is terrible, like what she's saying about him. And then you could end it with something about like a stance on wealth. Like something that they talk about wealth, or like the yachts or something like that, to kind of point out the theme of wealth being more important than love. Okay? Do you see how I did that? I just took quotes, tore it apart. Alright, you can use the PDF if you want. That's what Rowan did. She would just copy and paste certain parts of the PDF. Okay? And hers was on, her theme was the American dream is unattainable. Okay, she thinks that F. Scott Fitzgerald is saying the American dream is empty, hopeless, and unattainable. Alright? Yeah, next.
Is there like a specific thing poem should be, or is it just
No.
how much? Okay.
It needs to represent a theme.
Yeah.
So if you can get your theme across in a stanza, perfect. If you need a page, perfect. I don't care. Rachel.
So this is a thing that I'm gonna do.
Okay.
And these are like all Myrtle, but I want to put something about like Daisy in there when she's talking about how like she didn't wait for Gatsby because Gatsby wasn't wealthy. Could I put that in there, or does it all have to be the same character?
No, and you can change it to I, she, okay? Remember, it doesn't have to be exactly Daisy and Myrtle and Gatsby. And you're making remember, theme is a broader statement about the world. Okay, so it's not connected to certain characters. The author is using those characters to make a big statement about wealth and love. Okay? Corbin, your hand is up, correct?
Is that an A?
Is that an A?
Yeah.
No, that's an F because I did it.
No. No. I'm saying if you would grade that, that was hers.
Okay, let's go through the rubric. It uses this, correct? Does it just convey the theme?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. We just know that he wasn't. We're getting there. It's not completely developed. Yeah. Okay. Have I used poetic devices? Really, have I really put in a lot of work to it? This is a metaphor, right? He wasn't fit to lick my shoe. She's not saying he actually wasn't fit to lick her shoe. She's using that as a bigger statement, saying she wasn't good enough for him. Okay, that's figurative language. I've got one piece of a poetic device in there. It's a good start. Hold on, Ethan. Okay. Lastly, tone. The tone is getting there. We're getting to the point that. Well, the point is that she wants to marry someone for wealth. She wants someone for the money, right? We're getting there. It's not fully developed yet. Corbin, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Ethan.
The poem that you just made right now,
Yes.
is that warrant like 100%?
Did you hear what we just talked about, mister?
Yeah,
That is literally the question I just asked.
No. You would not get 3 out of 3.
Okay.
So this whole thing, I believe, is out of 27 points. Because 9 times 3, so I'm sorry. Yes, 27 points, okay? If I give you all 2s, the best you can get is an 18 out of 27. That's an F. Okay?
Gotcha.
So you want to really shoot for this 3, because if you only, put in half the effort, that's not a good grade.
Gotcha.
Okay? And I'm not looking for your writing abilities. I'm looking for your ability to understand a theme. Okay? All right, any questions? I'll come around the room and help you. Does everyone have a Gatsby book today? All right. I have extras if not.